Welcome back, Wastelanders. This is Gary, and I have for you today a review of the Honey Badger. I bet this is the first Honey Badger you've ever seen in a pouch. It was a surprise for me, too. I knew this was a limited edition Honey Badger, but I didn't expect it to come in a pouch. So this is a tool to take it apart, and it has the Honey Badger on the other side. So let's get this out of the way. Nice embroidery, that's cool. And originally it came in this box. Honey Badger Flipper Stonewash Medium White and D2. So this is it. And I've went to Honey Badger's website. I think it's called Western something, Western Active, or I forget what the name of it is. But you can buy white scales and black screws and stuff. In theory, you could make yourself a custom Honey Badger. This is the, okay, let's open it. This is the TNP version, and that stands for the Nutnfancy project. That's my cat's getting into something. Anyway, sorry for the. So this is in D2, and I don't know if it's going to show up very good, but it differs because it's a stone wash version of the blade, and this is a numbered version. It's number 104. I have the same size Honey Badger here. It's a medium size, so let's compare it to that. So you could see this is stone wash, and then you don't have an option of stone wash for a regular Honey Badger. And overall, it's really the same blade, the same D2 blade, just a little bit fancier because it's stone wash. And it has black hardware, so that's kind of nice. At least they kept the Badger on the clip. Same back spacer. Well, it's different because it's a black back spacer. Honey Badgers all come with the same scale color of spacers. This is if you've probably already seen it, this is a custom die job. So I did it a long time ago, but I would be curious. I have a lanyard on there so you could see, and this is a 850 or 800 paracord. It's so you can see that there's a generous size hole for doing lanyards. So my Honey Badger's really, it has a really good detent on it. It's drop sheddy. Oh, I hit my finger. You just can't fail it. So I noticed I probably will have to do a little work on this because it's drop sheddy, but you can fail it. Yeah. I can fail it. So maybe if gravity opens it, but if you do this, you can fail it. So I can't fail this, my old honey badger. So I have another honey badger here, and it's got a great detent too. This is the Warren Cleaver version. It's an 8CR 13 MOV, not D2. All right, so yeah. Let me pause it and check the tightness of the pivot, and that's all it needs. Yeah, I fiddle around with the pivot and try to tighten it up, and it's still not a great flipper. Yeah. Yeah, it needs some work. I'll have to probably take it apart and work with it. It's a little bit better. I mean, it's always been a good flipper. It would flip open, but sometimes you could fail it. So, and I think it's not, their detent is not the same as this one. This has a great detent. It's all day long. Great detent. So anyway, let's get off of that. I travel to Nutnfancy's page every once in a while. I don't watch all his videos. I used to watch all his videos. I probably travel to his page once a month nowadays, because he covers a lot of stuff I'm not interested in. So, but I just happened to swing by his page, and today's video that I swung by, he was offering, he was showcasing a knife that his channel produced with a honey badger, and I think I think he worked with not honey badger, he worked with Blade HQ. So this is a it's kind of a Blade HQ exclusive. I think only Blade HQ sold these knives. So I almost didn't buy it, and I didn't really care that it was limited, and I knew the scales were, you could buy the scales and the hardware and just make your own sort of limited edition. But I don't know. I'm a sucker for like limited editions with names on them, and I sort of like the Nutnfancy project, but I really like the honey badger, so I picked it up. Maybe I'll probably end up either selling it or giving it away on my channel eventually, because I have my perfect honey badger. I like this honey badger even more than this. But anyway, I just thought I'd pick it up for my channel and show it off. Maybe I thought they would still be out, but apparently Nutnfancy is very popular, and I think it sold out like 2 or 3 hours, and according to his channel he has 800 of them. So let's compare it to Big Red's EDC's bug out size. Yeah, it's smaller than a bug out, even the blade. Yeah, let's compare it to Spyderco Tenacious. And let's compare it to a large size Warren Cleaver version of a honey badger. Okay, let's get a weight on it. I'm curious of how the weight compares to the original honey badger. It's probably not a difference, but you never know. 2.8 ounces. It's pretty light. Not as light as a bug out. Let's see how light this is. 3.2. 2.86. That's probably taken into account like the lanyard, this metal in the lanyard. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how this, what lanyard would make this much heavier. So anyway, there's not much to talk about for the Nutnfancy Honey Badger, because it's just a that detent needs work, but it's nothing different. Like I said, you could purchase these scales, the hardware, and then just basically make your own Nutnfancy Projects Honey Badger. But I sound like I'm disappointed, and I'm halfway disappointed. I would expect like I think if he wanted to release his own budget knife, he would maybe make the scales a color that he couldn't. It's a very rare dye color or something, just different than plain white scales. I'm sorry the knife doesn't flip better. It's like at least you know what you get in the special Honey Badger. I mean, it's not like it was cheap. It was like over $70, and this knife I think cost me under $50, and it has a better action. Than a $70 Honey Badger. What do you guys think of the Nutnfancy project? Do you like his channel, or do you find him? I don't want to say anything negative against a fellow YouTuber, but I lost interest in the Nutnfancy channel. So take care, Wastelanders. Bye bye.